friends, welcome to our channel Kotlin T Point. I hope you are well. In this video, we are going to discuss about fragment container view. That is a kind of new features available with the new updates in Android. So, what is the fragment container view and how it is better than the frame layout? So that all things we are going to discuss the difference between fragment container view and frame layout. So let's start understanding fragment container view. So guys, fragment container view is something what replacement of frame layout with the new Android Studio updates. It is almost remove the frame layout. So earlier we are using frame layout. So if you are Android developer, you might aware about the frame layout. So guys, frame layout basically we use for hosting the fragments inside our activity, but the latest updates with the fragment container view is available, and frame layout is get removed, so no need to transact. Obviously advantage of frame layout is there with the fragment container view as well, but fragment container view is somewhat extended version of the frame layout. So basically it provides you the automatic management of the fragments. Whenever we transact from one fragment to another fragment, we need to maintain the backstack manually, but with the fragment container view we can automatically have management of the fragments whatever we are transacting between. So that I will show you practically, right? So that is the advantage we have. And fragment container view, as I said, it is a new view available with the Android Studio, and it is mainly help for hosting the fragments. It will not allow you to replace any other fragments like linear layout, relative layout. Okay, we cannot replace the other layout with fragment container view. As its name suggests, it will only helpful for fragment hosting. Okay, so it is an extended version, and adding any other views, replacing any other views with the fragment container view, it will throw illegal state exception. That means we can only have fragment as a child of the fragment container view. So that is the small introduction of fragment container view. Let's start the coding and let's see how it is beneficial as compared to frame layout. So let's start the coding. So guys, here you can see I have one application ready. Inside my application I use the Kotlin as a language, and here I have the activity, main activity, and two fragments I have created already. Input fragment, which is like edit text and button I have with the input fragment. As you can see here, inside my layout of the fragment I have two views available. One is edit text and other one is a button, and output fragment is ready with the one text view only. So I am going to transact between these two fragments with the help of fragment container view. So inside my activity layout file, inside my activity underscore main layout file, I will remove this text view and I will replace the container constraint view with the fragment container view. So let me check it is available. No, it is not suggesting me here, but I can have fragment container view inside my palette, you can see. So I want this fragment container view, so I will have the fragment container view with the replacement of constraint layout. So you can see fragment container view I have set here, and I will also set the ID. It is the same code we follow with our frame layout as well. So fragment container ID I will set. So my fragment container view is ready. Next I am going to have fragment inside this fragment container view. So inside my main activities Kotlin file, I will write support fragment manager that we usually use for the fragment manager dot begin transaction dot add, that is a method we have, and inside the method we usually pass container view ID. So here instead of frame layout I have fragment container view, and second argument will be our fragment, that is input fragment which I am going to display currently. So that is our input fragment. You can see container view ID comma fragment. These two parameters are enough, and dot commit. Okay, so this is the code we can have. So guys, here you can see it is suggesting some error. The error is we need to pass the fragment instance, not the fragment class. So instead of input fragment, I will pass fragment instance that I will create here. Well, fragment equal to input fragment and round bracket. Okay, so this code is enough, and it will load my input fragment inside my fragment container view. Okay, so let me run and check the output. So guys, you can see here we have our input fragment which is ready with input box and button. Okay, so that is okay, perfectly fine, it is working. Next, I want to redirect from input fragment to output fragment whenever we click on this button. So next I am going to write the code inside my input fragment, and here you can see I already have the code of binding. So guys, I hope you are aware about the binding code. If you are not, then I will suggest you to watch my binding video which I have already published on the YouTube. In my channel you can find that video. And next, inside on view created, I am going to write binding dot button send. That is the button we have inside our fragment. Dot set on click listener. We are going to create the click event of the button, and on buttons click event we want to redirect on the output fragment. For that we can write require activity dot support fragment manager dot begin transaction. Okay, so you guys can see the same code we are writing, which we wrote inside the activity. The only difference is here we require activity method we need to call first, then after support fragment manager will be available, and dot replace. Okay, so first time we use add method, second time we use replace method. And container view id, it will be the same like r.id.fragment container comma fragment we want to display, and dot commit. Okay, so fragment that I want to display, the I will create the instance here. You can see val fragment equal to output fragment. This fragment I want to display here whenever I click on the button. Okay, so with this, let me run and check the output whether it is redirecting on output fragment or not. So guys, here is the output. You can see we have our input fragment. If I click on the button, it is redirecting on the output fragment, and in the output fragment we only have one text view. If I click back, then it will let me out of my activity, out from my activity. So if you want to manage the backstack, you can write the code here. One more method, add to backstack, and the name of the fragment, which is input fragment for me. So input fragment dot colon class dot java dot name. Okay, so this is how we can set the input fragment on the backstack of our output fragment. One more thing I want here is I want to pass message whichever we get the input from input fragment. So that is the message you can see here. Here I am going to create message equal to binding dot et message dot text. Okay, so this text I want to pass with my fragment. So you can see whenever we have replace method, there is one more parameter, that is bundle args. So bundle args object I am going to create here. Args equal to bundle, and inside this bundle instance we can put our message. So here you can see args and key, that is message equal to message. So we can have this args object ready. Okay, instead of args we can write put string method and key comma value. So this is how we can put our message inside our bundle object. Okay, so this is how our message will get passed. And here it is not suggesting me method like this, so let me confirm. Okay, I can see this message, but container view comma fragment class. Okay, fragment class if we are using, then bundle is there. Okay, so that is the argument we have, not an issue. So guys, if you want to pass the argument as a third argument, right, then second argument must be your class name of the fragment. So here I am going to replace my second argument with the class name of the fragment instead of fragment instance. So that is another syntax we have, and the same syntax we available with the add method as well. Instead of fragment instance, if you want three parameterized method, then you can see I can have input fragment class java comma null, because here I am not going to pass any argument. So this is a syntax. Instead of fragment instance, we are using the class name. So let me run and check the output if it is working well or not. So guys, you can see the output. We have input fragment, and if I click on the button, then it is redirecting on the output fragment. If I click back, then again back to input fragment. So we pass our value from input fragment to output fragment. On the output fragment, we can receive the value as well. Inside on view created, I will have, well, args equal to arguments, and from the args we can get the value as well. Okay, it is updated syntax require arguments, and from the arguments I can fetch the value message. So message equal to args dot get string comma default value. So our key will be message, and default value I can pass not found something. Okay, so here it is suggesting me for null safety. So message is ready, and then after I can display this message with my text view. So this is how I can set the message. Okay, so we receive the message and display with the text view. Let's run and check the output again. So guys, here is the output. You can see if I type message like good morning, and click on the send button, that message is available inside our output fragment. So this is how we can pass the value. Okay, whatever you type here, it will get passed to our output fragment. Okay, so with this we are ending up this video. I hope you like this video, and stay tuned. We are going to make more videos on the fragment container view, right, with navigation component, some new tools available, new widgets available with the Jetpack library. So guys, don't forget to subscribe our channel for the new videos on the new updates in Android and other technologies. So thank you so much for watching this video. We will back with some new videos. Stay tuned. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video.